Hi guys, this is my supper for tonight. I've got edamame, which is frozen cauliflower, 1 bag, 6 eggs, and 1 onion. And I've got some frozen garden vegetables. So like this is beans and carrots. So I'm going to steam those, about half the bag. So that's my frozen cauliflower that I'm going to fry up. These are my frozen vegetables. I put them all in the steamer with some water, of course. Oh, I was trying to use my hands while I'm holding my phone here. Okay, so anyways, those are going back in. I wanted to show you the steamer part. Okay, so in this pan here, it's probably going to be for the eggs. Oh yeah, it's for the eggs. And I've got my 6 eggs. I'm not going to put any fat in there. I will put some fat into the cauliflower though. And some white pepper and sesame oil, soy sauce, and some salt. The pepper I won't even use. I might use it as I serve myself. Oh yeah, okay. And this is everything bagel. So that's for my sesame seed taste and garlic and all that. So basically what I'm going to do here is a stir fry, but instead of using rice for the stir fry, I'm using cauliflower. And this is going to be high protein because there is going to be 6 eggs in that. So I'm starting this on maximum heat so that it steams up quickly. This is being turned on also on high also, and I'm going to add a little bit of oil in there. This normally once it's thawed out takes about 5 minutes to cook. It's not very long. So some sesame oil in there. And I'm going to let that go. And then this here is going to be my eggs. So I'm just going to dump the eggs in there. They've been in a measuring cup. So it's about a cup of eggs. To me, it was 6 large eggs. So this is just to make it high protein, okay? And there is a little bit of fat in there, but you want some flavor too. So, but it's not it's not butter or fatty, like cholesterol fat, It's really the sesame. So here I am trying to unthaw that cauliflower. And the eggs. Oh, this is the eggs, I'm assuming. Where is it? Anyway, as while I record my voiceover, I cannot see what I'm cooking. It's passing by in front of me quite quickly. And the recording line that shows me that I'm recording is covering my food right now. So those are my eggs that are cooked, and I'm putting them inside of the cauliflower now that that's all cooked in, and I'm mixing it together. Now I want to add onions to this, but I am not going to add them right away because I do have a dog and she loves this, so she's going to get a little plate full of eggs with cauliflower before I season it and before I add the vegetables. And I might add a couple of vegetables in her plate, but we'll do that after. So while I'm doing this, my vegetables are steaming. And this is pretty much all cooked, okay? I'm just breaking it up just so there's no big bite sizes. It is a rice after all. There will be bigger pieces of vegetables. So that's being shut off. And I am going to put a Oh, I'm getting the dish here for the dog. It's just a little bowl. She's like 5 pounds. She doesn't eat much, but she likes eggs and she likes her cauliflower. So figured I'd combine the two with a couple of vegetables, and maybe she'll eat the vegetables. Who knows? If she doesn't, she'll toss them aside and eat the rest of what's in the bowl. Yeah. So that's for her. And then I'm probably going to add the onions back into that. I'm just checking it for doneness here. It's a clean bowl. I'm not sticking my mouth in the dog food bowl. So then I'm going to get my onions. And I am going to add these into that. Let those cook up for a couple of minutes. Doesn't matter if they're not fully cooked. I don't mind if they're a little bit crunchy. But I think they will cook through, because after I'm done here, I am going to put a cover on this and keep it on minimum heat. So, you know, just the steam from the vegetables and stuff that's in there will cook them up. So I don't know how to make this go any faster, so sorry you have to put up with watching me here. But anyway, so I'm checking my vegetables for doneness. So there's about 2 cups of veggies. I'd say 1 cup of edamame and, well, half the bag of veggies, so whatever that came up to. It's a smaller bag. It's not a big bag, you know. It's not like a big family bag thing. It's just a small bag you would buy at a regular grocery store. Now, the reason I'm cooking up frozen vegetables is because the vegetables in Canada in winter are horrible. If I tried to buy green beans, they would just, by the time they get to Canada, they're just like, they're rotted. So most times I just prefer buying frozen, because it's freshly picked and freshly frozen the same day. So basically you're getting better vegetables if they're frozen than if you buy them fresh. It's typical here in Canada, except things that grow in the ground like cabbage or potatoes and carrots or turnips. Those we have year round because we store them. Oh, here I'm adding some chicken powder, chicken soup powder, and some soy sauce. And I'm going to add a little water to that just to, you know, make it a little bit wetter, because it's probably dry by now. And I think I added a little bit of rice vinegar. The reason for that is just to give it that little Japanese flavor that you get in the rice, you know, when you eat sushi. And I'm adding a little bit of water, but that'll steam out. So that's going to be gone by the time I eat this. Now I'm shutting everything off, except for that, the cauliflower. I'm going to end up turning that down low, but once I add my vegetables in there, everything will be ready. So, no, sorry, I'm dragging this on for you. There we go, soy sauce. And I'll add more than that, but that's just a starter. I don't measure anything, it's just to taste, okay? If it tastes too salty, I've put too much in there. That's too bad. So with the chicken bouillon in there, it's going to make it a little bit of salt already, so you don't need a ton of soy sauce. So, you know, go by tablespoon. You do one at a time. If you do 1 or 2, you know, it should be enough. And if not, just add another one. But don't go overboard in half a cup, you know. That's going to be way too salty. So, and the reason I'm doing this tonight is my blood sugar is pretty high. It has been for a while. So this is kind of my way of cutting down carbs. Now I might eat an egg roll with my husband, which is what I'll show you later that I'm making for him. They're just air fried egg rolls, you know, that you buy. So this is all going right inside the cauliflower rice. And, you know, they're cut up long, but that's fine. It just gives you something to bite into. And at least I'm eating my vegetables, right? So lowering my blood sugar is a big thing for me right now because my last blood work, I was at 9.7, which is high, 9.7%, which is high. That makes like a very high average of blood sugar. And before that, I was at 10.1 or something like that, 10 or 10.1. And my doctor told me, he says, you know, you're getting insulin because I am using Tresiba 100 units. And even with that, my blood sugar's not coming down. So we think, well, at least I've been thinking that for quite a while. I had a bout with ketoacidosis in January of last year. Now, since then, I can't seem to bring my sugar down. Even on a ketogenic diet, I couldn't. It would not come down. So he thinks I might need to be taking insulin every meal, which I'm trying to avoid because insulin makes you gain weight. And people that will argue with me about this, that's fine for your body, and that's fine. But when I take insulin and when I have a lot of insulin, I'm putting white pepper here. When I have a lot of insulin, my body becomes so resistant, I cannot lose weight. It's like telling my body, just keep the fat getting bigger, you know, take all those carbs and feed the fat cells, feed the fat cells. And I'm working out and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but blood sugar doesn't come down. I haven't even lost any weight. So, you know, I lose 3 pounds, I gain 4, and then I lose 5, and then I gain 3, and then it's just nonstop like that. And I'm starting to get muscle, so I figure that might help me in the long run. But I took 25 pounds on between April and September. Yeah, I was, and back in January last year, I was 165 pounds in the hospital. My weight dropped 10 pounds in 3 days. That's from lack of insulin. Ketoacidosis is that. And I was eating keto, but I forgot to stop taking my Jardiance medication. So that provoked Jardiance to go into hyper ketogenic. So that's called ketoacidosis. And you lose all the minerals in your body, including insulin, calcium, magnesium, potassium. Every little bit of mineral from my body was gone. My blood became acid and I could have died instantly. Now, I didn't die, I survived. However, it seems that my insulin has never come back to normal. So this is why I might end up on insulin 3 times a day to compensate for the lack of insulin in my body. So I've added more soy sauce here and the vegetables, so that's going to be pretty good. I'm going to cover that up. Yeah. I'm going to stir it one last time and then cover that up. So as I was saying, it's important for me to lower my blood sugar to try to avoid that so that my next test will be lower. But I doubt it because I wake up, I'm at 12. I wake up, I'm at 13. And I haven't eaten the whole night before since supper. Yeah, that's hot. I didn't think it was that hot, but it was. Back with the gloves on. We're going to clear up the stove here. So what you're seeing is my front door and my TV, and there's a little wall there between my dining room and my living room. So that's basically what you're seeing. And the camera's up on the counter next to the fridge, which is where my air fryer is. So I'll probably be showing that to you, what I'm doing with the air fryer in a bit. So I'm putting everything away here just to get rid of everything before I knock it over, because I know myself very well and I will knock things over if they're not picked up. And I had a spoon for that. I could have just sat the spoon on the counter and put that in. Oh, everything bagel, I had forgotten that. Yeah, so I put some of that in there. Now this is going to be sitting on there because I haven't eaten yet, but it's still sitting on there right now. So I'd say at least a good 15 to 30 minutes. It's going to be on low just to keep warm. On minimum on the stove. There you go. So I'm going to wipe this up just to clean up a little bit of the stove. It's hot. It's very hot, but I'm using a wet cloth just to get rid of most of the stuff. Or else it'll be all sticky later. And those glass tops I clean with oven cleaner, but I put towels on everything besides the top, the stove top. I put towels on my toaster, on the backsplash, on the toaster oven next to there. And when I spray directly on the surface. And I let that sit for a couple of hours and then I wipe it down and everything comes off. But if you get it on the metal from your toaster, it'll be stained. I used it on my toaster oven and it was stained.
You can eat all of this if you want, but I'm not going to.
So everything's done here. That's what I'm going to eat. That's my supper.
Okay.
So what you're seeing here is, what am I, oh, that's my phone case. Okay, I'm just trying to find a place to put it. There you go.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you.
And what I'm going to do is cook up some egg rolls for my husband in the toaster oven.
I might have one, I might have two.
I'm sorry, the air fryer.
Basically,
why do I say toaster oven? Okay.
It's low carb.
So it's in the air fryer. And that's just going to sit and wait.
Healthy.
And I've already put the egg rolls inside the air fryer. There's 9 in there. Now, if...
He bought these packaged things.
I don't know if you can hear me in the background here. But anyway, it's just to say there's 9 of those. And they come with the little packets of sauce. But there was 2 of those in the packet we got from... I believe he got that at Bulk Barn. Costco. So I'm just going to cook all of them up. If there's any left, well, you know, I'll eat them for lunch tomorrow or something. I don't think he's going to want any of my rice, but if he does, fine. And if not, he'll just have egg rolls. And that's fine. He likes that. It's his kind of supper. And he called me after I did this, and he told me not to burn them. So I think I burnt them last time. I followed the instructions, but obviously they were overcooked. So now they've been sitting in there for a while, so it'll probably be even less time.
They even come with their own little packets. Right?
And these are the little packets of sauce that come with them. What you're seeing behind me is my bag with all my cans and bottles. Yeah, my recycling bag. Those go directly to recycling.
I did a lot of workouts today. I did weights for over an hour. And I did another 16-minute workout on Fit On. So I posted that in my last video that I did that I did last.
So anyway, I don't know what I was saying here. I was babbling to you about something or other, but
we're Tuesday today, so
this video is pretty much done.
And tomorrow,
and that's my supper for tonight. So the dog gets to eat hers. I added vegetables to her plate, and She did eat it.
My blood sugar stays up high.
She likes
even
her
with
eggs.
insulin. My body does not respond to regular stuff. And those of you that
And
want
I
to
think
argue
we're
with
pretty
me,
much
they're like,
done
well,
here.
you can,
So
but I don't really care. Okay. You guys take care. I gotta go. I got a phone call.
I'll talk to you
Bye.
later. You guys take care. Bye.